Here's how it works. Law of attraction says that whatever you're focused upon, more like it will come. And so let's say you're focused upon something you didn't like that another did, or you're focused upon the fact that the others focused upon something that you did that they didn't like. And it doesn't matter which it is. As you're focusing upon this unwanted thing, it's going to get bigger. What saves you is you have to go to sleep sometime. And when you go to sleep, it stops the evil trend. So the more you focus, the more specific it gets. So you've heard us talking, if you've been listening to us for a while, about this emotional scale where feeling really bad is at one end and feeling really good is at the other. And we define several emotions, and of course there are many more than that, than even the ones that we defined. But we would like to take that emotional scale and put it into a simpler context and say there is specifically negative, which feels really, really bad. And then there's generally negative, which doesn't feel so bad. And then there's generally positive, which doesn't feel so good, but it feels better than so bad. And then there's specifically positive that feels really, really good. Many people, when they are burrowing in, trying to get the bottom of this thing that they really, really don't want, what's happening is you're contributing all kinds of things that you really, really do want to your vortex. When you really, really, really don't want something, there's something that you really, really, really do want that's lighting up over here for you in this place that you currently don't have access to. And there is this bogus thought that many humans have that if I just push hard enough at this thing I don't want, that I will somehow then end up over here to the solution. In other words, if I can just hammer at the problem long enough, the solution will reveal itself to me and we'll have this wonderful outcome. Well, it just doesn't work that way. But this is the way that it does work. If you can get less specific and less specific and less specific, then the vortex will call you closer and closer and closer to the solution that you really want. If you can get generally negative, it's very easy to get generally positive. And from generally positive, it's very easy to get specifically positive. So just think in terms of not wanting to get to the bottom of it, because that gets you more specific and holds you away from the solution that you want longer. So most people, when they're speaking of accountability, they're saying to another, your behavior, and more important, my attention to your behavior, has taken me out of the vortex into a horrible feeling place. And you need to do something different so that I can feel better. Esther said that to Jerry for a few days after he made his transition. She was so mad at him. She was just so mad at him because he was missing. And she just thought that was ridiculous. She just couldn't come to terms with it. And then after a few days of realizing that, what was she really asking him to do? Undo that? Really? We're going to reverse that? And so she realized there must be another way. There must be another way. And we want you all to know that there is always another way, and it's an easy way. It's finally not making somebody else accountable for how you feel. Isn't that the ultimate? Damn it, Jerry, you're dead and I feel bad. Do something about it. Become undead. Well, of course, there is no dead. There is no ending to all that. But it took her a while to remember that and to find it again, you see. And when you think about so many things that happen in relationships where you really are wanting to hold another person accountable for how you feel, you're holding the whole world accountable. The government is ridiculous in the way they behave, and therefore I feel bad. Or the economy is not where I need it to be, and therefore I feel bad. Giving up your power, giving up your power, giving up your power while you're trying to hold someone else accountable. You see, every single time. So when you stop doing that, you're free. You're really free to soar and feel good in the way that is natural for you to do, you see. You're free. You're free to feel good.